All right, let's talk about something that drives pretty much everyone crazy: getting interrupted. You know, you're trying to make a point and someone just steamrolls right over you. Well, today we're going to break down a really powerful, kind of counterintuitive strategy to handle that with total confidence.
I mean, you know the feeling, right? You're right in the middle of a thought, you're sharing an idea, and bam, someone else just jumps in and hijacks the conversation. Suddenly, you feel kind of invisible, your point is lost, and that window to speak just slams shut. It is so frustrating. And look, here's why it feels so bad. This isn't just about someone having bad manners. When a person talks over you, what they're really doing is making a power grab. They're trying to take control. And in that moment, they're basically sending a message that what they have to say is more important than what you have to say. So what do most of us do in that situation? Well, our first instinct is usually to fight back. But as we're about to see, our natural reactions almost always make the situation a whole lot worse. Think about it. Our gut reaction is usually one of these three things. First, we try to get louder, right? We just talk over them, but louder. All that does is turn it into a shouting match. Then there's sarcasm. You know, a snarky comment might feel good for a second, but really, it just makes you look desperate. And trying to just keep talking faster to out-talk them, that actually makes you look weaker, not stronger. And that's the real kicker here. When you react by fighting for the floor, by getting louder or more aggressive, you look like you're desperate for control. Meanwhile, the person interrupting you, they look like they already have control. It's a psychological game you're losing from the start. Okay, so if all that stuff doesn't work, what does? Well, don't worry, there is a much, much better way. It's a simple 3-step method that works because it's the exact opposite of what they expect. And it shows you have unshakable confidence. Let's get into it. Here it is, the whole roadmap. It's just 3 things to remember. 1, keep talking. 2, keep your volume exactly the same. And 3, use their name. It sounds almost too simple, but trust me, the psychology behind why this works is rock solid. All right, so let's break down step 1. The moment someone tries to interrupt, you just keep talking. Don't stop, don't speed up. You maintain the exact same pace, the same tempo, the same volume. This shows you are completely unfazed. It's a power move that immediately makes them the awkward one in the situation. Okay, step 2. This is where your self-control really comes into play. You have to fight that urge to raise your voice. By keeping your volume steady, you create this incredible contrast. You look calm, cool, and collected, while they look like they're getting agitated. You're not getting into a fight, you're just demonstrating that you're in control. And now for the secret weapon, step 3, you use their name. There is something in our brains that is just hardwired to stop and pay attention when we hear our own name. It's a pattern interrupt. Saying their name, calmly but firmly, will cut right through their noise and make them listen for what's coming next. Because once you say their name, you've created this little pocket of silence. You have their attention. So what do you say? Something super simple and direct. David, I feel like you're talking over me. Or even, David, it's not helpful when you talk over me. You're not attacking them, you're just stating a calm, undeniable fact about what's happening. Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, right? But does it actually work in a high-pressure, real-world situation? Oh, you bet it does. Let's look at a quick case study from a law firm that shows just how effective this is. So let me paint a picture for you. We're in a meeting at a law firm, maybe 8 to 10 people around a table. An associate who's brilliant but sometimes a little hesitant to speak up is finally sharing some of her big ideas for the year. And then, right on cue, a colleague, let's call him David, does what he often does. He just jumps right in and starts talking over her, trying to steer the conversation his way. It was a known pattern of his, a way to kind of assert dominance. But here's the thing. This time, she was ready for it. So first, she just kept talking at her normal pace. Right away, that made him look like the one who was being disruptive. Second, she kept her voice totally steady, totally calm. And then, she deployed the secret weapon. She paused for just a beat, looked right at him, and said, clearly and without anger, David, you're talking over me. That was it. The directness of it, combined with how calm she was, just completely flipped the power dynamic of the entire room. And the result? It was instant. He was completely caught off guard. He kind of looked around the room, realized nobody was on his side, and he immediately apologized. But here's the best part. He never, ever did it to her again. She didn't just win that single moment, she changed their entire dynamic for good. So you see, this is so much more than just a clever comeback. It's a whole strategic toolkit that you can use to take back control of any conversation with absolute poise. So let's just run through that toolkit one last time so you have it locked in. First, stay grounded. Keep talking, same pace, same volume. Second, show control. Don't raise your voice. Third, create your window. Use their name to break their pattern. And fourth, state the fact. Calmly tell them what they're doing. And remember, the real goal here isn't to win a fight. It's not about being aggressive or putting someone down. It's about demonstrating that you have unshakable control over yourself and the situation. It's about setting a boundary, plain and simple. So, I'll leave you with this thought. The next time someone tries to talk over you, you've got a choice. You can go with your gut reaction and probably lose the floor. Or you can use this strategy and take it back. So the real question is, who's going to be in control?